Alfita Nurul Ainia,
Miss Ferdinand Karima,
Milka Intan Baransano.
Sampai pada Suwawo.
Our topic today is about the loss of creativity in creating essay among undergraduate students due to addiction to ChatGPT usage.
Background essay writing is one of English skills that should be mastered. Why? Because there are many things to do with essay, such as enrolling international university, publishing scientific paper article, and even proposing. The job may also require an essay writing. Despite of the statement as the artificial intelligence, ChatGPT is growing. Many undergraduate students misusing the tool and become excessively dependent on it. Therefore, this study will prove that ChatGPT dangerously influences student creative essay writing.
Next to introduction, essay is an acquired art that involves creativity, critical thinking, and skill. Essay can also be an evidence of student language acquisition. However, lately, students have already known about ChatGPT and instantly applied it to help them creating essay. Even ChatGPT provides assistance offers of it can lead to extreme addiction that can affect student criticalness and creativity. That is why this research will convince people that ChatGPT has more disadvantages than the benefit. Component of research: the first research problem. Students frequently use ChatGPT to do assignment, and the second research problem to prove that ChatGPT dangerously influence student creativity in creating essay. Research questions: are the student less creativity in creating essay due to ChatGPT use addiction? An alternative hypothesis: there is a strong correlation between student creativity and using ChatGPT. And null hypothesis: there is no correlation between student creativity and using ChatGPT.
Okay, for the 7 and 8 slide, we will talk about outline literature review. Okay, the first point, we have the ChatGPT disadvantage among creativity. So, this study shows that when students depend too much on ChatGPT, they may lose their own creativity. And Jankovic and colleagues say that students rely on ChatGPT to create ideas and essays, but this over-dependence reduces critical thinking. Thomas and Jonas Paris also explained that using ChatGPT all the time can raise creativity even more. The second point, there is ChatGPT threat on moral and integrity. And next, Habib et al. Explained that ChatGPT may help students in some ways, but it also reduces originality. So, even though it can support creativity at first, in the long run, students may lose their own voice in writing. This was also supported by Ibrahim Muhammad Karim, who argued that AI can actually lead to plagiarism, dishonesty, and the loss of creativity. Third, ChatGPT risks validity and plagiarism. Another important concern is validity and plagiarism. According to Dwi Devi Khairatun Nisa, ChatGPT can really help students by giving structure and ideas, but it also has some serious risks. For example, sometimes the information may be inconsistent and not fully valid, and this can lead to plagiarism if students copy it directly. Zamzam, Bibi, and Aksa Atta also highlight the same point. They admitted that ChatGPT was useful, but they strongly warned students about the danger of plagiarism if it is used without responsibility. And the last point is review of previous study. Finally, if we look at previous studies overall, most of them mention that ChatGPT is very helpful for students to generate ideas. However, they also use the word excessive to describe the danger. Too much use of ChatGPT can create overdependence, and this can even become a kind of addiction. When this happens, students may lose their ability to think critically and to be creative when writing essays. That is why many studies suggest that using ChatGPT carefully and not relying on it completely.
Okay, now I'm going to explain the research gap. Even though many studies highlight the benefits of ChatGPT, there is still no concrete data that prove its effectiveness for long-term usage. Moreover, there is no absolute conclusion or final result on whether ChatGPT should be restricted, banned, or regulated in a specific way. The conclusion, this study aims to show and convince people that ChatGPT actually carries more harmful disadvantage than its benefit. Therefore, in this literature review presentation, the discussion focused more on the negative impact and the challenge of using ChatGPT.